Good morning, friends. I was supposed to go to Hollywood Studios today, but I did change my mind last minute, and I'm sorry that there probably won't be any Hollywood Studios footage in this series. There's only 2 rides I really want to go on, and that's Slinky Dog and Tower Terror, and we have a lot of the rides that are at Hollywood Studios and Disneyland, so I never get excited to go to that park, and unless I'm going with other people, I just it's hard for me to spend more than an hour or 2 there. And I thought, you know what, I just love Epcot so much. And even though I've spent a bunch of time there, I haven't really explored the pavilions yet, and there's still some rides I haven't gone on. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, but I really want to ride the Skyliner. It's one of my favorite things. So I'm gonna take a bus over to Hollywood Studios. So I'm kind of going, and I'm gonna hop on the Skyliner and then take the Skyliner to Epcot just so that I can get to ride it this trip. And otherwise, the day is unplanned, so we can do whatever we want. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but I'm excited to find out, so let's get going. I can't be the only one who considers the Skyliner a ride. Oh my god, what's it doing to my hair? I should have worn ears today. Yeah, but I love the Skyliner, so because I wasn't really doing anything this trip that would put me on it, I went out of my way to go on it today. I took a bus over to Hollywood Studios. The timing was perfect. A bus was showing up the second I got there, so I didn't have to wait. And it took 11 minutes for a bus to go from Animal Kingdom Lodge to Hollywood Studios. So like I mentioned in previous videos, it really, the time it takes to get from Animal Kingdom Lodge to parks really isn't bad. But I'm just really excited to be on the Skyliner, and the breeze is so beautiful. It's nice and cool up here. I could honestly ride the Skyliner all day and I probably wouldn't get bored. So I'm really glad that I had a chance to do this on this trip. It's one of the nice things about doing solo trips. I know I've been doing stuff with friends, but I've also been in the parks by myself a lot on this vacation. And one of the nice things about it is that you get to set your own schedule. And I'm sure when you travel with people in your mind, you're I am setting my own schedule, but you're always accommodating a little bit. Whether you're going with kids and you're doing what the kids want to do, or you're going with other adults and you want to make sure that they each get to do the thing that they want to do. When you're traveling by yourself, you get to do exactly what you want to do all the time. And that means that if I just want to sit and have a coffee and people watch for 2 hours, I can do that, and I'm not ruining anyone's trip by trying to do that. So this has been really wonderful. I love solo days at Disney. I do them at Disneyland all the time, but there's just something extra special about a solo day at Disney World, and I will definitely be doing more solo trips in the future because this has been wonderful. That's not to say I don't love going to the park with Rex or my friends. I do. But it's just so relaxing and peaceful. And you don't get relaxing and peaceful at Disney that often.
Home to a collection of tropical villages inspired by the colorful architecture and lifestyle of the Caribbean islands. Resort relives the golden era of Atlantic Beach Town and turn-of-the-century amusement parks.
Aubrey, stay close, honey, okay?
So I decided that since I'm at Epcot and I've done most of the rides and I'm kind of waiting for food to open up, I would take some time to explore the pavilions. And I've never actually walked through this garden over here in Japan. They have a koi fish pond, really pretty. I honestly didn't even know this was over here until a couple years ago. I think Japan might be the prettiest pavilion by far. You can also find all these really cool bonsai trees. I recently learned that bonsai trees can live a very, very long time. I've seen them over 100 years old, maybe even over a few hundred years old, when we were at the San Diego Safari Park. So a lot of bonsai trees actually have to be passed down in inheritance, which I thought was really interesting. A lot of love goes into these. Found some hidden Mickeys, well, a hidden Mickey and a hidden Minnie. So the last item on my garden graze, I grabbed the seasonal fruit parfait. Has a sweet chili sauce and some mango Dole Whip. You get it right from the Refreshment Outpost. And even better, there's a table with shade. So I've got all my stamps now, which means I need to go over to like the Pineapple Swirl Place by Canada, and then I get a special festival treat that you can only get if you complete the garden graze. I also got the lavender martini. It's made with the potato vodka, which is kind of fun. So it's Boyd & Blair potato vodka with lavender and lemon. Really, you know, it fits the name because it's Refreshment Outpost, and both these sound really refreshing.
I didn't hear everybody go hoo hoo. All right, so everybody go hoo hoo after 3. 1, 2, 3. Hoo! There we go. Now you're all in the show. Watch for your cue. 1, 2, 3.
So I still have a few days left in Orlando, but I'm already getting really emotional about leaving. I feel like I just need to maybe live here. What are your thoughts? I'm always so happy when I come here. I love all the greenery. I love Epcot. I love Animal Kingdom. And I'm always a little homesick when I leave. I will be honest though, while I'm not homesick for my actual home right now, I am homesick for Rex and Stinky. So I think if they just came out here, I'd be very happy. What do you think? Should I move to Orlando? Hey, so I thought I'd check in a little bit. It's been not a normal vlog day, but it's been the exact day that I needed. I had a lot of fun just walking around the different pavilions and looking in the shops and just kind of like taking in details that I don't always get the time to explore. But what really made the day for me is I was getting really hot because I did not pack for this weather. The week before I came out here, I checked the weather and it said like the high was going to be 75 and the low was 55, so that's what I packed for. I got here, that all changed. The high has been like in the 80s and tomorrow it's going to be 89 and I don't have clothes for that, so I'm a little nervous. Today the high was like 81, 85. And it was just getting really toasty and I was hungry and I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get a walk up at Space 220. I've never tried it before, so I thought it'd be good for the vlog and just kind of like out of curiosity, I wanted to see how it would go. I got there just about opening. I had meant to get there a little earlier, but I was actually doing some tastings over in the Refreshment Outpost and it was quite the walk and I met a lot of traffic on the way. But I literally got there just at opening and I went in line for the bar. Now they did actually have some walk-up availability for the lounge, but I was checking in around 11:30 and I think the earliest time they had was like 2:30 and then after that it was 3:15 and then after that it was 8. So you might have some luck doing a walk-up, but just know that it's really tough, and if you do want to try to get a walk-up reservation, you need to be there before opening. There was quite a long line for that. So by the time I got up to talk to them, only one other group in front of me was actually waiting for the bar. There were 2 women waiting in front of me, so I was third in line, and they told me it'd be about a 30 to 45 minute wait, and I think that we finally got called at around 40 minutes. So basically, even though I was there right at opening, there are 10 seats at the bar, and they were already filled by a group in front of us. But it actually worked out great because I had a wonderful time talking to the 2 women in front of me. They were so sweet. They were Linda and Debbie, or Linda and Deb. I say Debbie because my mom's Debbie, but they were just so wonderful. I had such a great time chatting with them and just talking about like the different festival items that you could try and like kind of giving them a little insight into what Space 220 is like. And I really enjoyed getting to see their reaction for seeing it for the first time. And then behind me in line, there were 2 women, Missy and Lisa, I believe, and they were also just so amazing and wonderful. So I ended up sitting in between both sets of women at the bar at Space 220, and I chatted to all 4 of them for my entire meal, and it was honestly just like one of those moments where you're like, this is why I love Disney. I have met so many amazing people. I have made lifelong friends because of Disney, and it was just moments like today that just, you know, kind of reiterates why I do this. It reminds me of why I go out of my way to go to the parks, why I love vlogging, why I love interacting with other Disney fans or just people in the parks in general. I love sharing my knowledge of Disney and the experiences that I've had. I don't even like to consider myself an expert because I feel like there's always things to learn about the parks, but I do have a lot of knowledge and I love sharing it with other people. And I feel like honestly, just carrying my camera around, it's allowed for me to have a lot of interactions with people that I probably wouldn't otherwise. That and my tattoos. My sleeve gets me a lot of attention sometimes, and that leads to some really great conversations. So anyway, I just want to share that with you because, you know, I went to Epcot with the intention of really exploring the world showcases and going on all the rides, and I ended up spending just hours at Space 220 talking to 4 really amazing, wonderful women and just having an awesome time. So yeah. If you're ever in the parks and you see me and you want to chat, I love chatting with any of you. And also remember that, like, you know, if you're in the parks because you love Disney, there are other people there that love Disney too, and you might make some really great friends along the way. All right, it's gonna be worth the wait.
Initiating in 3, 2, 1, liftoff.
You're riding aboard the Mark V Skyliner, the latest in space elevator design and technology. Today, you'll have a spectacular view of Florida and the Eastern Seaboard. Enjoy the ride. I'll be back in a bit with arrival information. You'll see Centauri Space Station coming into view. Once we dock, gather your belongings and exit through the open air lock. A Space 220 agent will be waiting for you.
This is the hardest part.
Yeah. Space 220 was amazing. I had Christopher as a bartender. He's pretty famous on the Disney Day Drinkers, the D3 page. I'm always seeing posts about him. He did an awesome job with my black old fashions. They might be my favorite old fashions. They're made with Demerara sugar. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's instead of simple syrup or actual sugar, it's sugar in the raw, like it's raw sugar cane and like turned into a syrup, and it adds a little bit of like like a hint of molasses and kind of like a smokiness to the Old Fashioned, and it is so good, and he made them perfectly. The cauliflower wings, or the Blue Moon cauliflower, is my absolute favorite there. I will go there again and again and again for that. And then on my way out, I caught the Jammitors. I haven't seen them in a while, so that was cool. I did some photo ops, and now I'm just gonna rest a little bit. I am not bringing my camera out this evening because I am leaving Disney World. I'm venturing outside the parks, and I'm going to explore Orlando a little bit. I'm going to dinner at Susuru, and I think we're also going to go to Player One, which is a barcade right near Susuru. So I will film on my phone just to kind of like show you guys a little bit of what there is to offer outside the parks in case that's something you're interested in. But I don't really like traveling with the big camera, especially off property, and especially if I'm going to be drinking, because I do get a little careless when I'm drinking and I don't want to break it or leave it somewhere. So I hope you don't mind some iPhone footage later, but I just had a really great day, and it wasn't what I had planned at all, because I had planned on going to Hollywood Studios. I had planned on doing all the rides there, and I ended up doing none of that and had the best day. So it's an important reminder to keep your plans flexible. I know it's very easy to plan your entire Disney trip, to sometimes overplan, and I think it's important to leave room for magic. So make sure you do that on your next trip. I'm just gonna take a little break now. I'm gonna get some rest. I want to show off these cool little ears. I've been obsessed with these for a while, so I picked them up today. Nora also got me like the winter versions, so now I've got like my summer Viking ears, and I have some winter Viking ears at home. I love these though. I think these are super fun. Anyway, that's enough for me. We'll catch up later. So I did not film much at all when I left Disney World. We did go to a place called Susuru, which is a Japanese restaurant. The food was really good. I was able to get a vegan ramen, which I just love ramen, and I think I had vegan ramen and a seafood salad, and my bill came to like $27 with tip. So it was kind of awesome, because I've been paying Disney prices for the last week, so that was a real bargain, and the food was really good. It was about 15 to 20 minutes away from Animal Kingdom Lodge. Sorry, the light's changing because I have the TV on mute on the side there. And then right next, well, like a couple doors down from Susuru, there's a bar called Player One, which I think is pretty popular because I actually talked to someone at LAX who told me I should go there. And to me, the coolest thing was you pay a cover, and apparently if you're a local, it's like $5 a person, and that's it. All the arcade games in this barcade are free to play. So I thought that was really awesome, because I have a barcade near me, and you have to pay for each game individually, and a lot of them are like $1 a piece, and that adds up a lot. And they had an amazing beer list. One of the better beer lists I've seen in a long time. It actually was too good because it made it really difficult to choose a beer that I wanted to taste. But what I liked is they divided it by like beer type. So there was an IPA section, a sour section, stouts, etc. Every beer I had there was really, really good. I was really excited because they had bee nectar on tap, and that's a mead. I haven't been able to find bee nectar since I moved out to California, so I was so excited not only to find it, but to find it on tap. The one I had was Zombies Take Manhattan, which is a really great one. So overall, it was a really great night out. I had so much fun, and you know, Nora always tells me like if I need something cheaper I should leave property, and she is so right, because my dinner was super filling, it was delicious, and it was cheap, just so much cheaper than everything that I've been eating since I've been here. And then the same thing goes for drinks. Like at Player One, my bar tab was pretty low considering how much we had to drink. So I really enjoyed getting to experience more of Orlando other than just Disney World. But I'm back now and I'm tired. It is past my bedtime and I have a relatively early start tomorrow because we are heading off to Universal. It'll be my one and only Universal day, so I need to try to get everything done in one day. I will not be bringing the big camera, I don't think, because in Universal you actually can't film most of the rides, and for most of the rides you actually have to put all your stuff in a locker. And last time I was at Universal I really struggled to put my bag and the camera in a locker, and I kept having to rent larger lockers, and that adds up after a while. So I'm still gonna vlog. I just think I'm gonna try to vlog using my phone. That's the end of today. I know it wasn't a traditional Disney vlog, but I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as we toured Epcot a little bit. I really loved looking through the Japan Pavilion and the gardens. Like, that was so gorgeous, and I can't believe I have never done that before. I hope you enjoyed coming up to space with me. That is it for me today. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button to come along for more adventures, and as always, magic's out there.